Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe. It gives wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything else. That was a quote from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. So this is how he describes music. So now, I'm sure that everyone here in this room has had some sort of experience or encounter with music at some point in their life, whether it was, on the car ride over here, you were listening to the radio, or you simply decided to put on your earphones when you were walking to class. Or maybe even a more special moment, let's say your birthday, or maybe even a wedding. So, my object is this. Most of you may not know what this is, but this is a trumpet mouthpiece. Essentially what it is it goes on the lead pipe of a trumpet, and basically a trumpeter like myself uses it to create musical sounds with their lips and eventually create pitches. Many people call people like myself trumpeters. So what that means is you play the trumpet. So by learning about how music is more of like a universal language, you will have a better understanding of just how it influences us all, whether you like it or not, even if you like music or even if you don't. So first, I will talk about how this mouthpiece is a tangible representation of the music culture, and secondly, I will talk about how I myself identify with this mouthpiece and the music culture itself. So I would like to start off first by saying just a little bit of history of like the trumpet. So I believe it was the 16th century. During the 16th century, there was already like some medieval type of trumpet. So people used, and up to this day today, people still use trumpets in the military. So what it is used for in the military is essentially if you're a general and you take your army into battle, and then let's say you see that your soldiers are losing and you're losing a lot of lives. So if in order to tell all your soldiers to, let's say you want them to retreat and to lose less lives and maybe fight another day. So what a trumpet is very efficient in this, because what a trumpet does is it pierces through all the sound, and basically it could be heard of in the battlefield. So a trumpeter would play some type of pitch, and then all the soldiers will know that means their general is commanding them to retreat. So that is how the trumpet was used before, and then after hundreds of years it's been modified and remodified, and one of those modifications was this mouthpiece. So this mouthpiece actually benefited the trumpet, because now you could play various different sounds more, and then accompanying it with the valves. So now you could play. You have a very big range now, rather than what it used to have. So yeah, a mouthpiece is required for a trumpeter like myself to play trumpet, to create different sounds. And to other people, it might seem like some type of missing metal piece from something else. It's very insignificant to other people, but to an interpreter like myself, it's a very important tool. Without it, you essentially cannot make proper music and play it. So in my junior year, I started playing trumpet, and it was hard. It required a lot from me. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and but eventually, trumpet taught me to keep pushing. Essentially, it taught me a very important life lesson that I think it's a very important life lesson, is to keep pushing even though something is hard. Not just because something is hard means that you have to quit and just give up. So I kept pushing, and I still play to this day, and I will continue to play till maybe I die or something. Even if I could play after I die, then I will. So it has allowed me also to take my mind off of things. I was a very shy kind of kid. Elementary, middle school, high school, I wasn't really that open to people, so I wouldn't go off and talk to many people. But playing trumpet, it allowed me to create many more friends and strong bonds that I still have to this day. So yeah, if you guys want to play, I strongly suggest it. So now you have a better understanding of how music kind of just brings us together in a way, and how it influences us. Like, whether you like it or not, you could be on a, like I said, in the car, you could be listening to music. Even if you don't like music, you hear it every day. It is around us, whether you like it or not. It's just a simple fact. So first I talked about how the trumpet mouthpiece is a tangible representation of the music culture, and how then I talked about how I identify myself with this music culture and this mouthpiece itself. So now we may not realize that music is around us and how it influences us, but like I said, it is around us. So just it influences you whether you like it or not, and one way or the other, you will be surrounded by music at all times. Thank you.